Right then guys, how's it going? Welcome back to a new video. Hope you guys are all doing good. Hope you're enjoying your Friday. Hope you've all had a good week. Hope you're looking forward to the weekend. If you're a Newcastle fan, I've no doubt you're enjoying your Friday because last night Newcastle picked up another fantastic 3 points against Southampton. A hard-fought game, I have to say, and we knew it was going to be a tough one going down there. We don't have the best record down at St Mary's. To be honest, no one has a great record down at St Mary's. They are a very tough team to beat, but we managed it. And that was largely in part to two of our new signings that, you know, Ralphie, I'm sure, will not be happy about. But anyway, Chris Wood gets his first goal for the club, followed up by Bruno Guimaraes, gets his first start for Newcastle United and manages to put the ball in the net in the second half to get us the 2-1 win. I'm still not even sure what to call that goal, to be honest. On the turn, back heel volley? It was pretty special, whatever you want to call it. And I'm absolutely delighted for him, and I'm absolutely delighted for Chris Wood as well. As I say, I was literally watching the game with my dad, talking about the fact that he's leading the line so well, he's a bully in the box, we'll have to get this guy on the goal sheet. Oh, hang on, he's just scored. So we were both ecstatic about that as well. And just when you think things can't get any better, in a 24-hour period, we wake up today and Eddie Howe has gone and won himself the Premier League Manager of the Month. And I've got to say, it's absolutely deserved from me. You know, in February itself, it was 3 wins and a draw for Newcastle in the month, which again, undefeated for the month. But if you take everything into account that's been going on with Newcastle at the moment, it's actually 9 games unbeaten in the Premier League, and it's actually 6 wins in the last 7 games. It's just crazy. And as I say, the only team in better form than Newcastle right now in the Premier League is Liverpool. Newcastle are technically in better form than Manchester City in the Premier League right now, which is just mad. And again, it's a massive thanks to Eddie Howe for that, and that's why I'm delighted for him. Him and the staff and the players. You know, it really shows what an effort it's been through the month of February, and you know, it's been longer than that. But to get that award, I'm buzzing for him. And I thought, you know what, heading into the weekend, Friday night video, it will be a great chance to come on and talk a little bit about what Eddie Howe has done, what Eddie Howe has achieved since coming in as the Newcastle United manager. Because let's not forget, we were 14 games without a win at the start of this season. You know, now to be 9 games unbeaten, 6 wins in 7, you know, it literally doesn't feel that long ago at all. When I was stood in St James's Park, and I think it was... Burnley was the first win of the season. It was the game before that. It was the Norwich game when Clark got himself sent off and we drew 1-1. And I'm thinking, this is going to be a struggle, this. This is going to be really tough. And it has been tough. And it hasn't been easy. But again, Eddie Howe, the man with a plan, has seriously turned things around. And again, touch wood, because I'm never going to say it until it officially happens, or at least it's mathematically not going to happen. If Newcastle are to go on and not get relegated this season, we will be the first team in history to have not won a game in the first 14 matches and not get relegated. And if that doesn't show you how much Eddie Howe's turned this team around, I don't know what will. As much as anything, and I do think, you know, having the takeover helped with the morale, but let's not forget the takeover happened. And Eddie Howe came in shortly after, and, you know, the morale was still down. You know, the takeover itself didn't just suddenly all the players, oh, hang on, I'm excited now, I'm going to start winning games. As I say, it took a further 6 games before we finally actually got a win on the board. And it took Eddie Howe himself some time with the players to try and rebuild the players, to try and build some fitness with the players that they didn't have under the previous management. To build confidence again, to make relationships and build that up with the team. And as I say, you know, the style of play and the way he wants to play football has certainly changed. You know, gone are the days of us scoring 1 goal in the first 5 minutes and then trying to defend for the next 85. You know, even in games where we're already on top, we're looking for more. The Brentford game was a great example. Yes, they had 10 men in the game, but we were 2-0 up. And Eddie Howe at half-time went, let's make it 4 or 5. we could have sat back, and again, under previous managements, we would have. The easiest way to look at this is go, well, we were playing 5 at the back, now we're playing 4-3-3. So that shows the attacking intent that he's got. And it only takes 2 seconds to look at the players and the team of how much things have changed with players like, let's go, Joe Linton. Wow, the man reborn, signed as a winger slash striker, now playing as a holding every man. He's doing all the jobs at the minute. I know he's been called box to box, and he has been doing more of the defensive work, but we have seen him get in the box and get a headed goal in recent games, which is quality. You look at Fraser, again, another player who was totally lost and wasted under Steve Bruce, and I know Fraser has a previous relationship with Eddie Howe coming in. Eddie has picked him up and said, this is what you can do, go and do it, and he has. And it's crazy how much of a transformation we've seen in that guy. I mean, you could go through the whole list. You could go, I would say John Joe Shelvey. I would say a few years ago I thought he looked like he was done. He's looking really good as well. Fabian Shaw, again, another player who, to be honest, at times looked disinterested. Didn't look like he wanted to be here. His contract's actually running down, and all of a sudden the turnaround he has had, he's been fantastic. There's talks about his contract being extended, and I think rightly so. And to be honest, in terms of attitude and the way players were playing, a lot of the players looked like they'd given up hope on, to be honest. Eddie Howe has come in, he's brought them back from the brink, he's installed confidence again, he's installed a positive go-do attitude. And I'm not going to lie, I do think the January window played a helpful part in this as well, not just for the players on the pitch who are better than what we already had, but I think just to boost the confidence and new signings come in the door, that's gonna help as well. I mean, Trippier spoke about it on his podcast with the True Geordie when he was at Atletico Madrid and Suarez walks in the door. Hang on, we've got something here. I think it's very similar to what happened in our changing room in the January when Trippier's walking in the door and you're going, hang on, he's not too bad. I think that's definitely helped. But the thing that I would give Eddie Howe the credit for in that January window, and again, we all did it. Everyone was very excited about a window, very excited about far-flung players who we're going to bring in, what we're going to do. And I do think this would have been Eddie Howe, along with Murdad and Amanda as well, who I do think have got very sensible heads on all 3 of them. Let's bring in players that can do a job now. Let's hit the mark now. Are Premier League proven, or players who are used to the league. Again, who wouldn't want to see? And we did see with Guimaraes, but it has taken him a little bit of a time to get into the team, to get his first start. If we had that with 4 or 5 other players, then that possibly wouldn't have worked. I think one player from abroad, like we've done with Guimaraes, is great because that's the flair, that's the big signing everyone wanted. But in terms of if we'd done that in like 4 or 5 positions, we could have been lost. So bringing in Dan Burn from Brighton down the road, who's a Geordie himself, is a fantastic way to instantly embed a player. And from what I'm hearing in the dressing room and everything like that, Trippier, Dan Burn are both part of the leadership circle that, again, Eddie Howe has set up in that changing room. So it's not just one man in charge, it's multiple guys together, creating opinions, deciding what they think's best. And it sounds like he's created a fantastic feel in that changing room. But at the end of the day, as nice as things might feel, you've got to go out and you've got to win on the pitch as well. And as I say, it took some time to get there, but it's working, and I'm hoping it's going to continue working all the way through to the end of the season and further. And in order to win these games and create this unbeaten streak that Eddie Howe has, you have to be on top of your game. And we talk about, I think Eddie Howe is definitely a perfectionist. We've seen him talk in interviews, press conferences. We've seen part of his his training routines, and you can clearly see that I think first and foremost what Eddie Howe wanted to do with this club was get the basics right. It's almost like they've been drilled into these players day after day. Do this, do that. If we do this right and we do that right, then we're always going to be in it. And we still are looking for maybe that cutting edge up front, but in terms of like defensive work, hard working, give it everything you've got, all those kind of attributes are back in a side that we haven't seen for a long time now. And again, talking about the fact of him being a perfectionist, he came out after the Southampton game and is already talking about not, yes, we've gone 9 games unbeaten and yes, we've won 6 from the last 7. He was talking about how we weren't that great on the ball and that we didn't keep the ball well enough and how we need to improve on that. And again, it's not, yes, we've won the game, let's celebrate, I'll worry about the next game later. He's already on the ball talking about what we could have done better, which is, it's a sign of a great manager, and it's why things have been going well the way they have. So let me know down in the comments what you think of the job Eddie Howe has done at Newcastle so far. Do you believe he deserved that Manager of the Month award? You can probably tell that I do believe he deserved that award. We have been playing some fantastic football, and I hope it can continue, as I say, through to the end of the season. And once and when it's mathematically certain, I will celebrate Newcastle staying in the Premier League this season. Currently 10 points ahead of the relegation zone, but we've got some tough games coming up, starting up with Chelsea this Sunday, and I think there's already a few fans who are resigned to the fact that it could well be the end of the unbeaten streak this weekend, as Chelsea are a fantastic side. I think the away fans there could be the last for a while. And in terms of the rest of the season, Newcastle have got some big fixtures coming up. We've got Spurs, and looking into April, May time to finish the season, it's Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, then Burnley on the last day. So as I say, it has been fantastic. I'm hoping it can continue. Some really tough games to finish this season, but I've got no doubt, or I've got severe hope, that Eddie Howe can continue the way things have been going. And as I say, the way we're playing right now, I would fancy your chances against anyone. So let me know your thoughts on all of that down below, on Eddie Howe, on the games coming up this weekend and through to the rest of the season. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you later.